illegal. I hear the donkeys are excited about a 20-year-old game.
Oh yeah, man. I heard that too. But isn't it beautiful that more gamers are going to be able to play just a video game? We're
That's
just
right.
talking video games, right?
That's right.
Or are
That's the
we
way it should
talking
be.
about feelings? Are we talking about feelings? Or are we talking about video games? Are we
You know
talking
how it
about,
is.
right? Are we talking about people who play video games? Or are we just talking about people who just talk? I mean, some people can do it and are great at multitasking, but for the most part, you know, we got too many receipts and it's just not adding up with some of these clowns, man. It's not adding up. But the good news is direct gaming is on. Some truth is about to be spilled. And when it comes to the truth, that's what we like to play in. Give me
That's
one
where we get
second, real quick.
feelings.
Give me 1 second, real quick. I got to make some adjustments before we start this up. Make some adjustments real quick. All right, got that taken care of. We're back. It's not like I really left, but I just had to make some adjustments. I'm going mobile. And y'all kick back, man. You know, I'm here to admit. I'm here to admit, man. I just don't know. I just don't know, man. I don't know anymore, Rez. So let's talk about it. So I'm gonna do a little twist today. I know people are kind of stunned, but I think I'm gonna help them out with this. I'm gonna be honest that I'm gonna put a little twist to this. So we're going to imagine a situation that could possibly happen, right? We're gonna imagine that, but it just seems like every time something positive happens for Microsoft, tons of negativity comes around. But like I've always said, people, when you have knowledge, it just doesn't work. You have to arm yourself with knowledge. If you're gonna be out here doing all this huffing and puffing, then you gotta know which house you can blow down. The new legal has always told y'all the truth. I put pride on that. I stand tall on that. And don't worry, I'm gonna give you truth. I told you that the Xbox Fortress is made out of the green emeralds. It's a fortress that withstands anything. Even lasers can't penetrate this bad boy. So why would you think all this hot carbon dioxide coming out of everybody's mouth is going to blow the fortress down? Well, with no further ado, I guess here comes the new legal. I gotta save the day. So let's save it.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Tied up in feelings, you're gonna say silly feeling little things. When you got knowledge, you won't. I'm not here to make fun of nobody tonight because the ones that are talking that know they're ignorant about everything, that's a personal problem. I'm not here to I'm not here to bring up their personal problems. I'm not here to be entertained by foolish people. If you notice, crowds of everything is a form of weakness. One standing on his own is a form of strength. Today, you're going to witness how one person is going to put a smackdown on all this stuff. And when we're done today, I'm going to go back continually laughing because there's a pattern that always happens. I win, they lose. That's the pattern. It's easy. I win, they lose. Before I get started with this, because it's going to be easy, right? Because the losers just, all they do is ignore. Their job is to ignore the truth. That's their job, just to sit out here and just ignore what's been said. Okay, nobody is lost on what Microsoft is doing. Emmanuel A1, I got you, bro. I got you. No one is lost. Everybody knows that Microsoft has made some shifts. And we all know why Microsoft had to make some shifts. We all know because the industry isn't healthy. We got it. Now, the funny part about all this is one bold person stepped up to let everybody know. You didn't get this news from Nintendo. You didn't get this news from PlayStation. You got that news from Phil Spencer himself. Now, to put all the feelings aside, right? Regardless of how you feel about the guy, right? Regardless if you like him or not. That's not really, I don't really care about that. That has nothing, that has no validation on anything that I say, whether you like somebody or not in the gaming world. I don't care. It doesn't produce the pleasure of playing video games to any measure because of who you like and who you don't like. But we got to give credit where credit is due. At least somebody told us. Somebody told us. Now, in a perfect world, businesses say something and it happens. But we don't live in a perfect world, right? Because if we lived in a perfect world, right, everything the opposition would have said would have still be going on today. But we see that that's not happening. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the introduction and get that out of the way. Listen, if you like what we're about, please subscribe to the channel. Don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell because we're breaking news over here. Very untraditional. We don't follow no patterns. When we do this because we throw up the signal and we got to get out here to the streets. We see the streets talking. We got to get out here. So we'll go at any moment, at any time, any day. We don't care. Shouts to everybody in the Mighty chat room. Get the become a member and join the Mighty Chat Pack. Great community, Di-RRec Gaming Zone. We love them. We couldn't do this without them. Never miss a beat on the ones and twos. Everybody here has a mic, whether you're in the chat pack or you're on stage. We're on stage and we invite everybody on stage. So you don't have to worry about not being on stage. Everybody gets on stage on Di-RRec Gaming. And we have fun. Leave some comments below. Share the video. We really love the support. And we've been getting a lot of support. Put some likes out there. And we love, like I said, we love to see the live comments as well.
Talos Reed in the building says hello, Di-RRec Gaming, Resident Gamer in chat.
Exactly. Unlimited Productions in the building. In the building. Whenever we go live and we're international, we love to say thank you to everybody that makes us international all around the world. That's truly a blessing and it's truly the phenomenon. Like I said, we do this podcast to reach out to gamers. Yes, as you can see, as you can tell, we are 10 toes down Xbox fans. We're not watered down nothing here. There's no byproduct of anything else. But one thing we do respect, we respect real gamers. And real gamers go across the board. I love diversity in the gaming field. I love everything about the gaming culture except one thing. There's no toxicity here. We don't get personal with anybody. We don't sit around here and make this about what somebody said personally. I don't care where you work at. I don't care who your parents are, your children, or where you go to school at, or what kind of job you have. I have nothing. I don't care about none of that. We're here to talk about the truth in gaming. We got only one responsibility to do on direct gaming, and that's to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us gaming. So now that I got the introduction out of the way, it's time for me to do some cooking. I'm in no hurry today, y'all. I'm gonna have some fun.
You know
Now,
what's funny to me,
hmm?
Eagle? Have you ever seen a group try so hard to hurt a brand and fail so hard at it?
I love
I
that
mean,
laugh, man. I love the laugh. The
I mean,
boogeyman laugh.
it's funny, right? I mean, you got to laugh at them because they try the same thing every time, and it just never works out for them, does it?
Right. And what is
It's
that?
just
What is that? What is the definition of that, man? That's insanity, right?
insanity, right? Yep.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody, I don't know how, the only people that can believe stuff like that are people with low hope, desperation, and much anger and hatred towards Xbox. That's that community. That's that community. But as I bring in people like my man, my Iceman, Brain G4 sliding through like he always does from Atlanta, we in here.
Rain G4 in the building.
Yes, sir. I got the mighty Captain Dolomite in the building. We're going to do this, y'all. Don't worry. I got y'all. We're going to do this. We're going to cook real good. Look, we know that in a perfect world, things would happen the way it seems to happen. Things would go on the way it's supposed to go on. I've always said this, and I try to prepare. I try to prepare the people who hold on to the truth of gaming, who are knowledgeable. I try to prepare those that might have been ignorant and just high passionate for Xbox, but I tried my best. I did my best to prepare you for this. You have to understand the origin of Xbox to understand anything. Now I'm gonna do a mic check. I want y'all to tell me again a mic check. Y'all can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go back in time. I'm gonna do this one more time because I think people still not grasping onto this.
I'm going to call out Ray Cheese comment really quick
Go
before you
ahead. Go ahead.
start. He
Go
said
ahead.
the truth of gaming is Microsoft should stop with exclusives 100%. Day one for Horizon 6 and South of Midnight. Yeah, they don't need to do exclusives. They don't. At least to
Look,
me, I don't think they do.
I'm gonna do this, okay? We're gonna do this. All right. In the beginning, we're gonna open up the book of X. In the beginning, right? We're in the chapter 1. This is chapter 1 of the book of X. Hold on, somebody done jumped in. Okay, I got the realist in here. Okay. We're going to do this again, right? So we're going to go to chapter 1. We're going to understand something. For all y'all that don't know what the MXX platform was, it was born in June of 1983. MXS is an acronym for Machines with Sophomore Exchangeability. Understand that, exchangeability. And when you go and do your research, you're going to know why I always put X for excellent or extra or, extravaganza, all those things. And I used to put an X in front of it. Well, let me show you how they spelled this exchangeability. E with a big capital X, CHANGEABILITY. Never forget the X, because today you got two X's for Xbox. You got to understand what those two X's represent. It's not hard. It's very easy. One is Xbox. The other one is exchangeability. Damn, I'm good. I'm gonna cook today, y'all. The whole mystery is not because somebody may not know what Xbox mystery was all about. That's their fault. But everybody isn't foolish. Everybody isn't ignorant. Some people do their research. This thing emerged as a pioneering force. Pioneering, that means one of the first to do things. It was a force that not only connected continents. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Let me say that again. MSX was born in June 1983. The MXS, an acronym for Machines with Software Exchangeability, emerged as a pioneering force that not only connected continents, but also people through magic of computing. The birth of the MXS was a monumental event, an ambitious undertaking that materialized through the visionary partnership of Microsoft, ASCI Corporation. Their shared vision was clear: to create a standardized computing platform that will foster capability and ease of software development across a myriad of hardware manufacturers. Notice, this thing was never about one place. Software development across a myriad of hardware manufacturers. Damn. You see where their L is coming? Their L is coming already. If you are great at foreseeing, then you already know how this show's gonna end. What began as an idea soon evolved into a global phenomenon, revolutionizing the way people interacted with computers and forever altering the course of gaming history. I just want y'all to know that I don't think y'all really understand when you speak about Microsoft and you talk about Xbox and you talk about gaming, you talk about the industry. No one else can do it better than Microsoft. No one. Don't get caught up into what your weak ass gaming media can offer you, because they already been compromised. You know that. Sony already bought out the media. They sold themselves to PlayStation a long time ago. As we embark on this captivating journey through time, it becomes apparent that the MSX was more than just a computing platform. It was a cultural phenomenon that transcended national borders. It was a platform that embraced diversity. As manufacturers from Japan to Europe and beyond eagerly embraced the MSX standard. For everybody that thinks that Microsoft Big Tech influence isn't going to influence this gaming industry moving forward, you have been sadly misinformed. See, the responsibility is on Microsoft's shoulders now. Nobody else can do it. See, the console wars was great. The console war was phenomenal. Don't think Microsoft wasn't a part of it. It's just, when I say being a part of it, I'm talking about, don't think Microsoft wasn't in that culture. It's just the MXS wasn't part of that console war. It was on another level. See, when I was growing up, I was in the console wars because, let's be truthful, the console war is commercial. That's a commercialized situation. That's not a serious situation. That's a commercialized situation. But the MXX, see, when we were kids, we didn't know there was another level because all we saw was the magazines. All we saw was the commercials. We didn't know there was another level, but there's another level. That other level was where the MSX stood. And it was a platform that embraced diversity. As manufacturers from Japan to Europe and beyond eagerly embraced the standard, this inclusivity opened the door to a vast array of MXX compatible machines. Damn, this L is going to be legendary today. Hold on. So you're telling me that Microsoft put this gaming compute machine out here, right? And it was so diverse that it was compatible to machines. So no matter what you put out there, no matter what brand you had, you could use it. Now, everything that I'm saying, right, from a 1983 to a 1999 span, because that's how long it lasted. It went for 10 years. So legitimately, the MXX had a full lifespan. This isn't something that happened in 2 years and it fell off. This thing went from 1983 to 1993, and you guys can look it up through your research. What have I always said? Never take my word for anything. Look it up. I just know that I'm giving you the truth. When in doubt, look it up. It was a platform for everyone. Notice what I'm saying. It was a platform for everyone. It wasn't just a platform for just its fans. See, you got to go to the origin of stuff. You got to understand that Microsoft has never been about being in a cage, in a kennel, like I've always was saying, in a fence. Microsoft ain't about that life. It's an open world with no ending. That's what Microsoft is about. Microsoft go wherever it wants to go. It was a platform for everyone, from the gaming enthusiast seeking the next adventure to the aspiring programmers looking to create their own digital worlds. The MXX quickly earned its reputation as a gaming paradise. Now, did I not tell y'all that there was going to come a day where no matter where you look, no matter where you saw, no matter what you saw, when they mention gaming, they're going to have to mention Xbox? I've been saying that for years. The reason why I was bold enough to come out there and just start saying these things is because I see where they're going. I see where they're going, and I'm right. This is why they can't deny when Di-RRec Gaming acts like this. We're unfadable, and I love it. We're beautiful because we come out here to tell the truth. I don't come out here to be silly. I ain't coming out here to talk about no developer or who works for what. That ain't important to me right now. That's not important. When we come on Di-RRec Gaming, we come to tell y'all the truth. They're not going to do that. Because they're not invested in that. Because they're not gaming. I'm just going to let you know that right now. They're more invested in their YouTube channel. The gaming, that's second to them. You start pulling up their credentials, you're going to see where they fail you at. It was a platform for everybody. The MXX quickly earned its reputation as a gaming paradise. Classic titles like Metal Gear, Gradius, and Castlevania found their home on the platform, captivating gamers with its innovative gameplay and unforgettable soundtracks. It was on the MXX that the legendary Konami code was born. To everyone who didn't know that, there you go. The Konami code was born on MXX. A secret sequence of button presses that will become iconic in the world of gaming. The MXS wasn't just a platform for games. It was a canvas for imagination, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in the digital realm. One of the defining features of MXS was its advanced hardware capabilities. Remember what I told you? What I'm saying now, apply it to today. Apply it to what you're hearing Microsoft tell you now. One of the defining features, remember, because I told you, we got to go back to the capabilities and features. That's what's going to do Microsoft. It ain't the popularity contest. We ain't into that. We're into high performance. We're into the Grand Prix. We're not into Camrys, right? You can see a Camry everywhere. Not that it's a bad car. It's just, it's popular. But the Grand Prix is what we're after. We're at top notch. Our fuel is different. We're high octane. We've been waiting for years to finally hear the things that we're hearing now, because we always understood what the Xbox was. We just knew Microsoft had to get there. from the cloud to everything else. That took time. They couldn't just do this overnight. People think that there's so many Xboxes ever made. There's not. Only 4. This is only 4. PlayStation's about to make 6, and Nintendo's got a slew of consoles. A slew. But Microsoft is only on its 4th one. And its 5th one will begin this notorious shift in gaming. When I told you that it's going to be an underdog story, I never lied to y'all. This is going to be one of the greatest stories ever told in gaming history, where you thought an empire was so weak, so dying, so dreadful that it became the #1 gaming product in the market. And from that day forth, it will never lose the power narrative. It ain't going to lose the gaming library. I'm telling you right, it's not going to lose that. It's going to win the content service. It's going to win everything. It's going to bring gamers in. And they're going to do it by meeting them where they are. Because you see it now that Microsoft is telling the truth. More and more gamers are becoming more into exclusive games. They could care less. They see the numbers. The media don't see the numbers. The media's just lying to you. They just playing into your feelings. There's no insiders. This is all for the donkey show. There's none of that. They don't know how many consoles are sold on Microsoft's side of things with Xbox. They have no clue because Microsoft doesn't speak on it. One of the defining features of MXS was its advanced hardware capabilities. It boasted an impressive graphics, a rich color palette, and a renowned MXX music and MXX audio sound chips. These innovations allowed developers to create experiences that were ahead of their time. I'll be damned, man. I'm just too good at this, man. Sometimes I have to sit here and just pause for a minute, man, and just admire. Just admire, man. I know that truth makes people who love lies mad and sad. I know that. But when you're good, you're just good, man. It's like MJ coming out rookie year, just averaging 28 points a game. When you're just good, you're good. And then I got a backcourt with Realist and Residents and Spartan 117 and Games Trailers. It's just ridiculous. It's a team that just goes undefeated day in and day out. It's just an undefeated squad. The innovations allowed developers to create experiences that were ahead of the time. Remember what I said. Apply what I'm saying to now, because what's going to happen now is in these words. Captivating players with stunning visuals and immersive soundscapes. The MXS was a revolution in sound and graphics, setting new standards for the industry. Microsoft's pioneer contributions to the MXX platform. Microsoft played a pivotal role in the development and success of the MXX platform during the early 1980s. The MXX platform was an ambitious initiative aimed at creating a standardized computing architecture, allowing software, hardware capabilities across different manufacturing systems. Microsoft involvement was primary in providing the operating system. God dang, legal don't do it to them. So what just happened in the last almost 3 weeks? We had a handheld that came out, right? And you see all these liars out here, these ignorant ass liars out here that want to paint something as if this thing has less value to it or is less efficient because it's not an Xbox handheld. But I'm here to let y'all know I have it. They can't lie to me. And when I grab that handheld, it's like no other handheld I've ever grabbed before. And listen, I have 3 versions. I have an Ultimate Cloud handheld. I have a PC all handheld, but then I have a PC handheld designed for the Xbox experience of gaming. You see where I went with that? Of course, it's a PC handheld. It's Windows 11 that's operated. Now, let me read this. Microsoft's involvement was primarily in providing the operating system and a programming environment. There is no running anything for that handheld without the Microsoft operating system. It's just that simple. I'm not playing my Xbox Game Pass games without that Microsoft operating system. And that's on both my ROGs. But I have both of them. I got the ROG Ally in white, right? The original that Realist gifted me. I have that. And then I have the Xbox. I have the ROG Xbox Ally X. They don't hold the same. The original ROG looks like any other typical traditional PC handheld. They're flat. They make your hands tired. They're not ergonomic at all. They're not at all. Nothing. Why? Because the PC experience is a keyboard. It's flat. You don't hold it in your hand. Some do. They got some Bluetooth keyboards that's flat with a bunch of buttons on it. It's flat. It's not ergonomic. Right? Put the mouse involved and you shifting it around, scooting it around. That's not the Xbox experience. When I hold that damn ROG Xbox Ally X in my hand, that gaming experience feel is Xbox. So you can't come to me telling me that my gaming experience, and it doesn't matter. See, here's the funny part. It doesn't matter if you play your PC on that thing, your Steam, your EA Play, your Ubisoft Plus, your Armor Crate, Windows stores, whatever you choose to play, GeForce Now. Guess which gaming style of play you'll be using if you buy the ROG Xbox Ally X. You are going to be feeling the Xbox experience on no matter what you play. Because that's the damn controller design for Xbox. Not for anything else, for Xbox. So Microsoft involvement was primarily in providing the operating system and a programming environment for MXX computers, which significantly contributed to the platform's popularity. Now that's the key. Remember what I said. It takes time. This thing was a 10-year thing. It wasn't just an instant hit. It had to prove itself. Within 2-3 years, it proved itself. It got adopted and it became popular. One of Microsoft's most significant contributions to the MXS platform was the creation of MXS DOS, an operating system specifically tailored for MXS computers. The MXS DOS was based on Microsoft popular MS DOS, which was used in what? IBM compatible PCs. Notice how everything is compatible. And you wonder why Microsoft is dedicated to backwards compatibility. Because compatibility is Microsoft's strong arm. This operating system made it possible for MXS computers to run a wide range of software, providing users with a familiar computing environment. This Microsoft popular MS-DOS, which was used in IBM's compatible PCs. This compatibility was a key selling point for MXX computers, and it allowed users to access a wealth of software developed for other MX machines. It didn't just stop there. You wonder why you can play your Xbox One all the way up to your Xbox Series S, because that's the cornerstone foundation blocks of Microsoft. Microsoft just does that kind of stuff automatically. Additionally, Microsoft offered a development tool. What? A development tool known as MXS Basic, a version of their well-known basic programming language. Remember when I say we speak a different language? You got to be a student of the game. You got to know what to say, how to say it. Xbox fans speak a different language. We always have, and we always will. I, the new legal, come out here today on this show to speak our language. The basic programming language that was optimized for MXX computers. The MXX Basic made it easier for software developers to create applications and games for the MXX platform, further enhancing its software library. This development environment helped cultivate a thriving community of programmers and software enthusiasts who contributed to the growth of the MX ecosystem. This is crazy. But the legacy of the MXS doesn't reside solely in the past. While it may no longer be in production, its spirit lives on in the hearts of enthusiasts and collectors worldwide. Emulation projects and online communities ensure that the MXS software and knowledge remains accessible to new generations of fans. I'm going to stop right there. The legacy and the spirit of the MXS is living in Xbox. You will not stop it. There was nothing. PlayStation can do nothing about this. Nothing. You can still hear me. You can still hear me.
Yep.
Okay, I ain't done yet. It gets worse. When you want to look at the manufacturers, here comes one L today. When you look at the manufacturers for the MXS, I'm gonna name them. National, Sony. I'm gonna say that again. The first company, National. The second company, Sony. Sony. Pioneer, Panasonic, Samsung, Sharp, Philips, Canon, Yamaha, Toshiba, Mitsubishi, Sanyo, JVC, Fujitsu, Spectra Video, Gold Star, Hitachi, Kyocera, Yashica, Daewoo, Dragon, MSS, and Casio. Sony. The MXS systems were so popular in Japan and other several countries, there were different accounts of MXS sales as well. One source claimed that 9 million MXS units were sold worldwide, including 7 million in Japan alone. Who influences who? Sony don't influence Microsoft like that. Microsoft sits on a whole nother level. There's a whole nother level. Sony went to go console war with Nintendo. The reason why Xbox was built, because Sony got too high on their horse, and Microsoft is now going to put them back in their place. See, Sony ran on this thing because they knew that they couldn't do anything else. So yeah, during the commercialized console wars, right, it was great times for PlayStation. But like I told y'all years back, time is about to change. We're about to enter big tech world. Big tech world era. And big tech world era belongs to Microsoft and all the other big tech companies. PlayStation don't play on that level. PlayStation is nowhere in that world. Nowhere in that world. Before the success of Nintendo's family computer, the MXS was the platform that major Japanese game studios such as Konami and Hudson Soft developed for. The first two games in the Metal Gear series were originally released on the MXS hardware. And all you see today, all these PlayStation fans yapping about Metal Gear. They don't have no clue. They don't even know who's responsible for that game even existing. Microsoft is above the cut, man. It's above the cut. They the surgeons. They looking down at wounds and they fix them. That's the history. That's the history of the influence, the impact of Microsoft. When you look at the original Xbox, it was a gaming PC. It was a gaming PC. It was a MXX machine disguised as a console. PlayStation fans that hated Xbox, they know they feel that the reason why they're so scared is because they saw something that no other game that they ever had in their whole entire library could do. They're fixing to get that game on PlayStation's platform for the first time, but it ain't the first time they played Halo. We saw them, they're not even strong. We saw how they converted over to the 360 because their pockets were weak back then. That's always been a weak pocketed fan base. They got a lot of lint in their pockets. They had to come over to the 360 because it was affordable for them. That's all it was. You saw Halo 3 single-handedly take the gaming market away from PlayStation. One game led the 360 to marketing power. They never thought they would see something like that. They're going mad. They're going bonkers, right? Because it's not the fact that they know that PlayStation is going to do the same thing because of the influence. Who did I just say was one of the manufacturers that bought into the MXX? Sony. So fast forward. Since 1993, fast forward. Who you think is going to buy in to the Xbox strategy? Of course, Sony. I told y'all that Sony is just a customer. Nobody wants to get rid of their customers. There's another level. Microsoft sits on another level. Nintendo and PlayStation are customers. Whatever Microsoft does is to expand gaming. They see the numbers. They see that real gamers are not tripping off of exclusives anymore. They are going after, right, the games that are above the gaming platforms. They bought Minecraft. That was the red flag right there. They bought ABK deal. That was the end game right there. You have no choice now but to support Microsoft. How do we know PlayStation fans have no choice? Because 70% of them play one game only. One game only. And that's Call of Duty. 70% of the PlayStation's player base play Call of Duty. The other 30%, whatever you want to put on it. 30%. The other 30%, we don't care. They blindly support Microsoft. Blindly. Their rage and hatred, but their blinded love is better than their rage and hatred. They are going to go out here and buy the campaign evolved. They don't even get the multiplayer. Campaign evolved. They're going to blindly go out here and pay for that game and support Microsoft blindly because Microsoft knows where the masses are at. They got Candy Crush coming. You can't compete. Sea of Thieves in its 10-year running. PlayStation has none of these games. They have no track record of nothing other than Gran Turismo. And Gran Turismo's so mid-tier, nobody even talks about it. You saw how they flocked to Forza Horizon? Now, if y'all really want to see something funny, watch Microsoft put Forza Horizon the same time Gran Turismo gets put out there. If you really want to roll the dice, everybody knows Gran Turismo ain't messing with Forza Horizon. Everybody knows that. Forza Horizon 6 will not be on PlayStation day one. Everything ain't going. Microsoft is a genius. We told you this was case by case. A 25-year-old game, it's time to expand it. It's time to expand it. You don't think I don't talk to my brothers in here? These Weapon X's like me? All of us are Weapon X's. You got a 25-year-old game. That's their baby. Call of Duty is not Microsoft's baby. Halo is Microsoft's baby. And guess what? They are about to make Halo just as competitive because they're going to put Halo on as many platforms as possible. And all these little zero, like I told you, the 0.001%ers that you see on Twitter X,
Get
moping
him.
around, right? Moping around, typing all day, want to talk to you. They failed you because they ain't doing anything. The real gamers are going to go out here and make Halo super great. You got the multiplayer. Look, Sony has no multiplayers. Helldivers 2 comes over to Microsoft and it lives, it survives on a console because of the great Xbox fans. PlayStation fans don't play no multiplayer games because the only game they play is Call of Duty. And then you want to come out here and let these people, let this weak ass fan base affect you. Shame on you. You know who you are, like my great masterfully friend said. Do you not know why you an Xbox fan? The realest one quote. Do you not know? Because I know why I am. But that ain't a question for me. That's a question to you. You got to know why you an Xbox fan. You can't possibly go online and go on a social media web like Twitter X thinking you going to find great news of Xbox within the gaming media when you've never seen it. You're still going to go watch Jeff Keighley, the Donkey King, right, at the Game Awards, and you're mad because there's no Xbox games being nominated. You let these YouTubers day in and day out make YouTube shows Xbox dead. Why are you looking at them? They're not Xbox gamers. Why do you care what they say? See, a lot of this falls on y'all. You pay attention to them because you think they're somebody. They're nothing. They can't give you nothing but hatred. That's nothing. I give you truth. And shame on the Xbox community who don't take care of their true sayers. Shame on you. Because I ain't the only one out here. That's why when I came on here and made DIRREC Gaming official, I said this will not be a platform for half-breeds, centaurs, double agents. If you're any one of those, get to stepping. This fortress ain't for you. It's gonna shine green, and the kryptonite is toxic. You can't come in here. All I'm gonna do is make a sad day for you, because in this room we uphold Xbox high. We know where it's going. See, we've been waiting. All of us in here, we've been waiting for this day for Xbox to finally hit God tier Super Saiyan level. See, it slowly came through the works. The all compute with the non storage safe storage chips, cars, the saving cards, the memory cards. There you go. The memory cards of PlayStation when the Xbox came out had none. The only ones that it had was for your controller. So when you went and traveled somewhere and you went to your friend that had an Xbox, all you had to do was put it in the controller on the top and all your library was there. Do you not see MXX right there? You don't understand. That's the problem. You don't understand why Xbox is why it is. You don't understand that. You don't see the power. You don't see the influence. When you saw the Dreamcast, who had his hand on the Dreamcast? Microsoft did. You saw that online. You saw that. You saw its leader in Peter Moore, the spirit successor of Sega, come over to Microsoft to jumpstart that legendary console called the 360. You saw that influence. There was nothing. It went toe to toe. PlayStation's third console could do nothing. PlayStation, the only way, look how weak Sony is. The only way to gain traction was to sell that console at a great loss for $150. Look at that. Look at what I told you was going to happen again. While Microsoft is on another level, right? It now knows that times have changed. It understands that it's on an upper echelon level. It can now bring out quality, high performance, high-end stuff. It can do that and speak on it boldly. Sony can't do that. Sony's already talking about some coupon shit. Our console might be $699. You're not getting anything revolutionary. You're getting a mid dog shit console again. Just like the PlayStation 5 is trash. I told y'all it was trash before it even came out because I was already reading about it. And I also told you that it will not do what the PlayStation 4 was going to do. I told you that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. When that damn thing don't sell, that's going to hurt it. That's going to hurt it. When you don't hit your numbers, you don't have to say nothing. And you got the media, right? And you have Sony even try to pretend on it. Talk about, the PlayStation 5 is the most successful console. You're not fooling nobody. You're not fooling nobody. You can't even get at 80 million right now. The world don't believe in the PlayStation no more. I told you this was going to happen in the 5th year. It's all recorded on DIRREC Gaming. I told you live and direct that all the wheels are going to fall off by the 5th year. All my comrades here know I said it. Just hold on tight.
Yep.
Don't waver. Don't look. Don't go with the wind on a boat with no sail. Me, realists got on Sea of Thieves, and we put them sails out there. We steer our ships. You in a world, you dealing with people on social media who are just on boats with no sail. The only thing they got to go off on the gaming media news. And they're forever lost because they don't tell them the truth. They don't tell them about the storm that's coming. This category 10, not 5. This is going to be a complete flip. I told you, Microsoft is a data company and a software company. They make the decisions by the numbers, like Rilla said. They go by the numbers. Apple go by the numbers. Samsung go by the numbers because the numbers don't lie. See, when the numbers ain't right, you look like the NBA today. Adam Silver's got to change it back up. He put NBA back on NBC. Why, Realist? Because NBA on NBC was iconic. When I was a kid and I hear, that's all I had to hear. The peacock coming on. You was already hooked. You wasn't going nowhere for 4 quarters. You was in there. Adam Silver's like, bro, we got to bring that nostalgia back. We got to get back to playing hard. Refs, stop calling fouls on them petty moves anymore. When we going to call foul, every game is going to be like the playoff atmosphere. We done got away from that. See, the real culture of basketball is gone. People start losing interest. When you take the culture out of something, it dies. Look, PlayStation held on to, see, when Microsoft did exclusive stuff, it was to compete. It was really to compete. Nintendo does exclusivity to make sales. PlayStation does exclusivity to rob gamers. There's a difference. There's a difference. And they made the term exclusive like it was the all and be all. If you wasn't playing a PlayStation, you was missing out. No, we wasn't. We had Halo. We had Gears. Not one damn game on PlayStation could hold up the PlayStation console. Not one. In its lifetime, not one. We had these great games. We loved it over here. Nothing PlayStation could do could make us jump ship. And we don't have to sell as many consoles to impact. You seeing that right now. How is it that the lowest selling console has taken the exclusive power away. They're making the word exclusive sound foreign.
Barton in the building.
Yes, sir. They're making it sound foreign. They're making it sound like when you say the word exclusive to this generation, you sound stupid. My son don't give a damn about an exclusive game. My son didn't care that Ninja Gaiden 4 is out. Man, Ninja Gaiden 4 is out, son. I open up the door. Guess what my son is playing? Rez, what is my son playing?
2K.
Every single day. He ain't care. Halo's going to PlayStation. The door closes. Did you hear what Sarah Bond said today? I don't know who Sarah Bond is. You hear what Matt Booty? I don't know who you talking about. Hey man, Phil Spencer. Don't know who you talking about. They don't care about none of this stuff. All they care about is where their friends are at. My son's basketball teammates, and some of them all don't play together. They grew up together and they go to different schools, but they started out basketball, right? So they all grab up on their Xboxes. And the ones that used to have a PlayStation, they don't have it no more because the majority of them had Xboxes. And so I'm getting an Xbox. Now they over there on 2K every single day. Every single day. I don't have to buy. This boy gets 2K every time his birthday comes around in August. That's all he had. Dad, I want 2K. It used to be Madden. He don't even want Madden. Madden comes free on your EA Play after January. I'll play it later. Just give me that 2K. He's the same way as those Call of Duty guys are. Same way as the Fortnite. 75% of the whole entire gaming industry worldwide is playing Fortnite. Ain't nobody playing these damn PlayStation games. I told y'all that. And I said it with a straight face. That ain't no console war. That's the truth. Nobody's playing PlayStation games. But I'm going to tell you what they are playing. They playing them damn Microsoft games. Right along with Fortnite. Right along with Roblox. Right along with Fall Guys and Rainbow Six Siege. You think Ubisoft is fixing to get rid of that? You out your dog rabbit ass mind. Ubisoft has hit the jackpot with that. They ain't going nowhere. They say, "Oh, we in." You think Nintendo's gonna give up Animal Kingdom? Am I right? Animal Kingdom, right? Yeah. They ain't gonna get rid of that. You think you think Nintendo's gonna stop its partnership with Pokemon? You out your mind. The only one left behind, the only one struggling is PlayStation. PlayStation can't even get a damn multiplayer game up running. They can't get factions up running. They couldn't get the damn Uncharted online running. This whole notion of Forbidden West having a multiplayer game, man, stop it. You can't even get Marathon out. You can't get nobody to believe in you. Yeah, Animal Crossing. Animal Kingdom. I don't know why. I'm thinking about the BBC. We ain't talking about no damn BBC in here. Animal Crossing. Nintendo ain't finna give up Animal Crossing for nobody. But you got these low ballers, right? These nut huggers, right? That just know that whenever there's negativity news for Xbox, they got to come out and start speaking. But it's them same ones, right? That are not doing anything. They don't play on any of those games. They're not good at any of those games. They're not even in them. They're not even in those runs like that. BBC pause. Pause. This is about the greatness of gamers coming together, right? No matter where you play. You got to understand, this happened already. There was a 10-year reign of where gamers played on different machines with a common operating system. If somebody don't want an Xbox console, Microsoft is not crying about that. That's what Sony does. Why you think they did Helldivers the way they did? Y'all saw Crazy Loot. Y'all saw the story of Crazy Loot. Why do you think they did that? Because they're limited. They're kennel. That's a kennel experience. Microsoft said, hey, listen, man, this is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. This isn't it. Because you know what? The ignorant don't get it. That's Microsoft language. And guess what? Other techs get it. Mikey Barra and his little goofy ass right now, he gets it. He's just being goofy. He knows he's just being goofy. Everybody that has seen Microsoft's business understands what they're talking about. There's nobody confused. You got Ryan McAfee out here. We ain't seen Ryan McAfee since the last Scooby snack fell off the roof. And now here he wants to come out here being goofy. And a part of me died when I saw Halo Combat Evolve. He can't even say Combat Evolve. He's got to say campaign. Man, shut up. Ain't no part of you died. That sounds goofy. This is just video games. We can't be this weird. We can't be this weird. That's some fanboy stuff. Y'all like to talk about people like us, but we ain't weird like that. You don't see us talking like that. Hey, man, listen, I could be a strong Xbox supporter, but it doesn't blind me from being dumb. And I don't take no pride in coming out here to speak stupid to y'all. I told you it was coming. Now you got Phil Spencer just going to come out here and be blunt with y'all. He ain't even going to cut no corners. And you want to know what's sad? My panel ain't even talked yet. You don't even want to wait till they get started. I'm going to sit back and just watch them devour the rest of the show. Because Phil Spencer done come out and just told you straight up what the next Xbox is going to be. He didn't hide nothing from y'all. See, Phil Spencer teases full PC integration for the next gen Xbox. So hold on. Why does not the same thing apply for everybody, right? So you guys told us we supposed to get some PCs. We better off just getting PCs because Xbox can't do it. But wait a minute. I see Xbox right now outperforming PlayStation. So what are you talking about? The Outer Worlds 2 performs better on Xbox. What are you talking about? This ain't like we underperforming anywhere. Your hatred for Xbox makes you talk ignorant. But guess what? The true identity of Xbox is about to happen. And it's got everybody shook. Phil Spencer teases full PC, not some, not part, full PC integration for the next gen Xbox to transfer console gaming. Somebody on this panel is going to cook today because he told y'all 2.5 years ago. And I could not believe when Matt Booty said his exact line. Before this line was even said, I heard it. Realist told me, I heard it. And then I told him, well, you're going to have to come on the show, man, and say that. You're going to have to die on that stake. Because what you're saying, I never thought about this. And it's crazy, bro, what you're saying to me. This is suicide. And you know why I can speak like that and why I can relate to these idiots? Because I, too, used to think like that. That's why it's so relative. I used to think that if Microsoft puts his games on his rival console, it would die off. That was insane to me until I met another Xbox fan who thought deeper, who paid attention to. See, when I asked him who was he paying attention to, it was a person that I wasn't paying attention to like that. And that was Satya. And this other guy, he said, I was over there listening to these guys. And I put it together listening to these guys. And he says, dude, they're going to make all their rival platforms storefronts. Because when Microsoft can put their games over there and they start buying those games over there, they start reaching more audience over there because how else legal are they going to reach 2 billion gamers? See, this is when you just have to be realistic. They damn sure not going to reach 1 billion. They're not even going to reach 1 billion. They're not even going to reach 500 million, half a billion, right? On consoles. And I'm talking about on all three combined. All three combined can give you, on a good day, on a good year, only 300 something million. That's on a bet. If we ever saw that, that'd be record breaking. 300 something million. Each one sold over 100 million. That's all they can give you. So Microsoft said, you know what? We done put 25 years in the console space, right? I think it's time. I think it's time. We had, you know, that's combined 35 years of influence. Now Microsoft's time to come on out. They're going to come out swinging. They know they got the influence over Steam. You thought Steam had some influence. You remember when Microsoft said, y'all get over on Windows and them Steam, we ain't going nowhere. We're all of us is about over here. We're Valve Mafia. Valve Mafia ain't finna do nothing. Look what Steam did, nothing. Look, what influence did Steam do? Nothing. The industry is hurting. PlayStation can sell 200 million consoles. Sony can come out here and tell you, oh, we sold over 500 in a lifetime. What did it do for the industry? Nothing. It's hurting. Nintendo can sell every exclusive at $90. What is it doing for the industry? Nothing. It's hurting. Nothing is hurting. Your favorite YouTuber can get over a million subscribers. Can't heal the industry. Your favorite influencer can do 1,000 unboxings. Can't heal the industry. Your favorite developer can come out, or ex-developer or ex-engineer on something like Mike Ybarra. He can text and all those texts about Xbox all day long. Can't do nothing for the industry. Nothing. You, the gamer, you are where the truth begins. I gave you the history. You have to believe in it. You have to go out here and put your money to it. Microsoft isn't playing around. It's showing you it's going to bet its bottom dollar. You know why? Because nobody can beat Microsoft from the inside out. Nobody. And Microsoft ain't putting their stuff on no third-party manufacturing. Are y'all crazy? Phil Spencer had to come out here and say, bro, this is all in-house. The next Xbox is going to be built inside the Green Emerald Fortress. AMD is going to stay close to Xbox. Just like I told y'all, AMD ain't going nowhere because AMD was there when Microsoft's DirectX destroyed Mantle. And where does Mantle come from? The PC world. You don't hear Mantle no more, like I told you. Mantle had to tuck his tail and go disguise mode. It's still out there, but you ain't gonna never see it in the gaming industry no more. This thing is going full PC. He states that the wrong Xbox Ally shows what the next platform will look like pointing to an open ecosystem. That's PC. You want to know how dumb people are? They try to separate console and PC, like my man Realist and Raz be talking about all the time, right? Right, Spark 117? They try to make it seem like for somebody that has a console, they're at a lower estate. No, you're not. Because devs are going to want to create on a console way more than they want to create on a PC. For the simple fact that the PC is open. You can't make something and say, well, this is going to be on the video, this looking like this is going to be on AMD looking like this, GeForce now looking like, you can't do it because each one of those brands have their own different standard. But that console is a PC as well. It's just an optimized PC. Why do you think I came to change the term PC, personal console? And that console's a bad boy, fully optimized game, full textures and all, Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, all put in there, whatever they want to do, ray tracing built in and all that good stuff. All that good stuff right off the top. Devs come in and they already know what it's about. Okay, we're going to get this engine, or we're going to do this and we're going to do that. They can't do that on no damn PC. I'm not here to get no damn PC and sit up here and tinker around with no damn settings. Hell you think I am? I'm not a damn engineer. I'm a gamer. I want to turn that bitch on and get to gaming. And guess what Microsoft is going to do? They're going to do that same thing that Bill Gates felt when we power up our next Xbox, and that bitch is going to be fully PC integrated. And that PC just instantly comes on. How do we know this? Because I got a ROG Xbox Ally X. It told me what the next one's going to do. You see how ignorant these idiots are? It's a PC handheld. You damn right, you genius. You gonna have to say the same thing about Xbox on its next console. I bet you won't call it that thing. And guess what? We ain't cheap. I bet you that damn thing is gonna sell out. Watch. It's gonna be astronomical. Microsoft ain't scared of that byproduct, bro. They gonna put this thing out here, your Steam games on it, Epic games on it. Look, they don't even understand, right? They came to get the games that are bigger than the platform. They just made a partnership with the #1 video game in the world. You over here trying to lowball that. To the dummy, you gonna lowball that all day. Oh, they got that Fortnite deal. Oh, look at that. Ain't nobody playing Fortnite. Everybody's playing Fortnite. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody playing God of War. Ain't nobody playing the Spider-Man games. Ain't nobody playing Gran Turismo. That's the truth. Ain't nobody playing Aloy. That's the truth. Ain't nobody playing Ellie. That's the truth. Ain't nobody playing no damn Ratchet and Clank. Ain't nobody playing Returnal. Hell, ain't nobody playing Ghost of Yote. Ain't nobody playing that. The hell y'all talking about, man? The world don't play PlayStation games. Get ready. Then we got Matt Booty coming out here. I'm almost done. Then we got Matt Booty coming out here talking about, man, we ain't worrying about no consoles. We ain't worrying about no kennel platforms. What are they talking about out here? They think we out here.
Sony is irrelevant, huh?
Is
Booty.
irrelevant, bro. Irrelevant. You just got these little centaurs running around mad because they look up and they see that Microsoft. It's like I told y'all, it's like Mike Tyson stepping into a ring with a 3-year-old kid. And the 3-year-old's punching Mike Tyson. It has no effect. PlayStation has no effect on Xbox. Xbox has the effect on PlayStation. The only reason PlayStation fans are going to have multiplayer games is because of Xbox. If Microsoft takes those games off its platform, PlayStation dies. It's not the other way around. PlayStation is dead. And that's why I said, nah, PlayStation is who's dead, because PlayStation couldn't live up to its narrative. Don't come talking about where the exclusives at on Xbox. That was never the narrative for Xbox. Besides, you said it's dead. So why would we bring up a dead console? No, don't tell me about what's going on with Xbox. No. Tell me why you only getting one AAA game a year now. Tell me that. Where's them exclusives at? Because you told the whole world that the reason why PlayStation fans buy PlayStations and everybody else that buys a PlayStation is for its exclusives. You was a liar. You told a bold-faced lie because the real gamers spit on you. They spit on you by their actions. They say, man, we got this shit because our friends play Call of Duty. What other games you play? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hey, you don't play Horizon? What is that? You don't play God of, what is that? I don't know nothing about no damn God of War. What are you talking about? And you ain't played the Spider-Man? I know they got the Spider-Man game. Now, who don't know Spider-Man game? But nah, I'm not worrying about no Spider-Man game. I played plenty of Spider-Man games. But what you playing? I'm playing Call of Duty. What? Call of Duty. I'm finna get that Black Ops 7. Now, you hear about that 4-player campaign? I'm finna play that. They ain't worrying about none of them games. I sign off with this. As I take another W. You have plenty of options. You can go where they tell you lies, or you can go where they tell you the truth. You don't have to come here for the truth. I told you that. We don't care, right? We don't care if you don't like us. That doesn't bother us. You can't please the whole world. But one thing DIRREC Gaming ain't gonna do, we ain't gonna be goofy. Like my man Realist would say, we ain't gonna be goofy and just say stupid shit just for the hell of it, just to be getting something. We ain't gonna be smacking ourselves, taking our shirts off, and all that silly willy stuff, bro. We ain't gonna be doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? When Microsoft makes a move and it don't sound right, we'll talk on it. But guess how we gonna talk on it? We're gonna try to make sense out of it. We ain't gonna just say it don't make no sense because we got the record on that. When the DRM didn't make sense, it makes sense now, don't it? It makes sense now. I'll take my chances with Microsoft before I take my chances with Sony. You out your rabbit ass mind if you think I'm not gonna do that. The hell's wrong with you? Hey, yo, I sign off saying this. To everybody that's hating on Xbox right now, to everybody that comes with every bit of hatred in your soul, the whole purpose of why you on the internet is try to find the worst news for Xbox. It's gonna be a sad day for you, next generation. When nobody cares. See, because we know you're the ones that were bitching over a $10 price hike. And guess what? The media was lying to you, telling you it was a 50%. 20-something dollars to 30-something dollars is not a 50% increase. I mean, the gaming media tells y'all anything. 50% increase. And all along, the deal was in 3 months anyway. And y'all got mad over $10. I can't afford it. But yet, the data says you buy at least one game a year. No, one game a month. So you a liar. Why would anybody just buy one game? For that same price, you can buy one subscription, play that game, right? And then you have over 300 to 400 games at your disposal. You a gamer, right? I remember, see, I don't even hear this anymore. I barely hear this anymore. I own everything. See, all those I own everything gamers, they're nowhere to be found because they were lying. And who cared if you own anything anyway? You wasn't playing all those games. So nobody cared. It had no impact. And watch this. Just to put the nail in the coffin, I own everything. You did nothing for the industry. The industry was unhealthy. So my my question is this: if everybody here could not help the industry grow, right? Because see, Matt Presbitella had to come out and just start spitting facts. Y'all don't even like him no more because he had to come up with them real numbers and start telling you what the problem was. And we come to find out that all these yappers on social media ain't buying video games. From the kiddos to the 20-year-olds. They ain't buying no video games. That's the problem. It's like my man J-Mac said, the gray beards are holding the fort down. That's the facts. That's what the numbers say. The gray beards. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You failed. And I told y'all, you all gonna fail. And now y'all all are failures. All you doing now, you see that storm coming, and all you can do now is is go with the wave to the end. That big world, that big maelstrom is waiting for you. You gonna get sucked in. I'm telling you right now, all these frauds, these lames, and these liars, they done told on themselves the next generation is gonna be a beautiful place because it's going back to gaming, like I said. It's going back. See that? These little weirdos don't know nothing about this. They gonna be miserable. I can't afford it. That's your fault. Go out here and work. You a grown-ass man. Nobody care what you can't afford. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Go get a PlayStation. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. Go get a PlayStation. Because even PC gamers ain't gonna be able to say nothing to us. We're gonna be doing some beautiful things, y'all. Next future, everybody's gaming on Xbox. I go by the name of the new legal. I'm out of here. Passing mics out. Y'all speak freely forever. Hold y'all's peace. I'm out.
Y'all jump in, fellas.
I'm got everything on the go. I'm just double checking the trailer of that Halo campaign evolved. My God, how do you guys like it right now?
This looks like the best version you can play of Halo 1, honestly. Like I always thought that Halo would have the best potential with Unreal Engine 5. It would look the best, play the best. it's the ideal engine. I just think that them going their own engine route was never going to work, and we saw that happen. But no, this is great for Halo because honestly, it's multiplayer games, and for starters, should always be multi-platform. I mean, we've seen them fail time and time again when they're tied to one box. We saw that with Street Fighter. We saw that with potentially Killzone and other multiplayer games. You can't. It just doesn't work sticking it to one platform, to one box. And this is a good thing to expand not only Microsoft's reach to more gamers, but to potentially bring Halo back to its maybe not its popularity that it had back in the day, but at least grow it more than it has been growing lately. Expand it to more players. Get people introduced to the series that never played it before, that didn't want to get an Xbox. So I think this is good in a lot of ways. This whole vision, this ecosystem that they're building is truly something special. I mean, really, Sony and Nintendo are not planning on going this route anytime soon. So really, Microsoft has a golden opportunity to really. Oh, sorry.
I was going to ask you. You sure? We know Nintendo can't.
They
right?
can't.
But I think
I'm
Sony,
saying,
I think Sony's going to do it as soon as they can, because remember, our pillars are outdated. Remember that? You remember the leak when they said that pillars are outdated and they pointed out everywhere that they have a weakness? They have zero PC presence, zero storefront on PC presence. I
They
think
had no
Sony's working
pillar
on it.
point. Yeah,
I think Sony's
do,
working on it
it's-
because they backed away from Epic. Epic tried to give them a deal. Can y'all hear my background? Because I'm walking out of the store.
No,
No?
I can't.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So we know PlayStation wants to, because Epic offered them a deal, right? They offered them upfront money. Epic and Tencent offered them upfront money to be exclusive to them, right? PlayStation told them no. And then there were leaks about them having about people finding back-end process for PlayStation and having a storefront. They have to have a storefront, because once consoles get pushed to the point of being obsolete, where else are they gonna go? Because right now all they are is a storefront. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I didn't, but I'm just saying I see PlayStation trying to do it as soon as they can. Nintendo can't, because nobody wants to buy games on their platform outside of Nintendo. But Nintendo can't, but they can't grow like that.
No, and I think Sony, if they do, they will, but it's going to take them a lot longer, number one. Number two, their infrastructure is not going to be as powerful as Microsoft's in terms of overall what they're already building on right now. If they do, honestly, as well, like they're going to have to do it based on the backbone of their single player games, because they just have not been able to really hit with any live service games and with any multiplayer games. So it's going to be much harder for them to achieve what Microsoft's doing. It will happen. I just think they're going to be playing catch up for a long time if they do. But this is what I'm saying, like this golden opportunity right here, this Microsoft's going to be able to offer what neither of the other two are going to be able to offer, and just overall the broad scheme of things, and like their play anywhere, their device expansion on anything, literally, including TV, their cloud system, their their technology that they're building. Everything that they're putting together with all the storefronts, your ability to access multiple libraries on one device and basically make it almost a completely customizable experience where you can pretty much experience any game you want, retro or modern, on top of having a Windows potential, implementation down the road where you could, like the Ally, you could switch between a big gaming console and a PC, like a Windows environment where you could run Windows in the background to like switch back and forth. Like that kind of ability, giving people that much free roam and giving people that availability on all of their games, including the backwards compatibility, it's one of a kind. Like it's just neither the competition, I mean Sony included, even if it's like I said, it's going to probably take them
Or Valve.
at least definitely Steam is going to be one of Microsoft's competitors, I feel, outside of Apple and Google.
No, what I mean is they're not willing to give you the freedom either. They're afraid of competition, just like PlayStation and Nintendo. Xbox is the only one that isn't. But do you know why that is, Resident? You know why that is? You know why Xbox isn't afraid of competition? Namely, storefront competition. You know why they're not?
Why is that?
It's because they're a creator company. I've said this so many times. They create.
That's right.
You think Activision cared where their products were sold before? They would prefer to have theirs sold in their storefront, right? But see, they had a thriving storefront. You think so? Let's just go with EA. They all want 100%. But Xbox is not afraid of that type of competition. PlayStation, Nintendo, Valve is. Why you think Valve is not so welcome in other storefronts? They don't want it.
Creative risks more so than anybody else can because they have the capital to do so.
Well, not just the capital, all right? It's about the competition, right? Storefront, if that's your main moneymaker, you don't want to let anybody else in. You don't want to have that competition. Microsoft says, look, come one, come all. Everybody put your storefronts up and let the consumer make the decision where they want to buy their games. Whereas in the past, they were part of what Nintendo and PlayStation did, where, hey, we need to try our best to force them into our ecosystem or create a proposition to make them want to be a part of our platform so that they will, in turn, make their purchases there. But when you look at what Microsoft's doing now, they're like, hey, let's put them all on. You've been in the Xbox app. You see how you can go look at GOG, you can go look at Steam, you can go look at Epic. They don't care. Except for Epic, their games are everywhere else when it comes to PC. They're not afraid. But these other platforms are afraid because they don't have anything else to offer to the market. Why do you think Epic is offering 12% just like Microsoft? Why do you think Epic isn't afraid of putting everybody's games on their storefront? Because they know they have property that's untouchable by any competition they put in the storefront. They're not afraid of anything. And also they have an engine.
Hey, what's up, Real? Yeah, I'm in the road. I'm in the road.
Are you in the road? You in the roads today?
Road. Yeah,
I thought you said you were in the double R today.
Nah, I won't listen to you guys, man. Nah, I will tell you what Real said. He's telling the truth. Like, PlayStation would never go day and date unless they have a PC storefront. That's why I try to tell Eagle. They can't go day and date because they're not going to get the 100% profit from the games, right? Because they get 30%, they had to pay 30% the tax rate of the Steam storefront. That's why their game comes 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, and all that stuff. Because they're not getting all the percentage. But when they make a storefront,
Game, what you think? So I don't mean to, but I do. So are they still? You gotta think about when they bring their games out a year behind. You're hurting the game. The game gets dropped outside of the marketing site. Nobody's paying attention to it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's paying attention to it before. This is why I say day and date is inevitable. Because if you're gonna keep putting your games out, because I'm here, I don't know. I heard this from Pony, but I didn't hear it myself. I heard that. I mean, I read on Twitter conversation. He said that they said that single player games are going to come after 6 months now. I don't know how true it is. I didn't hear it, but I know.
You talking about that dumbass Detective C dude? Man, listen, don't listen to that dude.
No, not Detective C's, but he probably. I'm talking about dude on Twitter.
Yeah.
He don't like you.
Yeah, Detective.
He calls you a race. He calls you a racist. Nuh-uh. I'm talking about the UK dude.
Yeah, that's the C, right?
No, man, this dude is from UK, man. He calls you a racist all the time. Posts up your old pictures and stuff. When you said something racist, you did. You a bigot. Look.
I know. Hey, I know you talking about. Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah. I don't think
with the
that.
long hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, long hair. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
No,
okay,
but yeah. Go
he
ahead,
said
go
that the
ahead.
window's going to close. I just wanted to ask you that. Like, why do y'all think that it's an option for them to continue to do it? The only reason I see them lollygagging is because they need to hold on to their console storefront as long as they can. But
Yes,
eventually, they're gonna. It's
eventually.
not because of anything that anybody else does. It's because of the health of their games. Why you think? Why you think Square finally said, you know what, we got to go. You're gonna hold on to our game when nobody cares about it. Then we can release it everywhere. Now you
Yeah.
look at them and say, hey, every game now is going day one everywhere we can put it.
So really,
PlayStation's gonna have to do the same thing.
really, as a game developer, right? To put your games on
Hmm.
Steam, you need to put $100, right? And then you put, actually, anybody can put the games on Steam, right? It ain't hard these days.
Hmm.
Now,
Hmm.
Steam threshold is $100. So if you make $100, they pay you $100. All right. Oh, 1 second. Okay, so they put $100, right? What I don't know much money they. Okay, I don't know their PC income is, right? How many people buy their games on PC? I don't know. I don't think Sony never share the numbers, right? But I think the most popular game they made on PC is Spider-Man, right? It's Spider-Man.
No,
Outside of that,
uh,
I don't know. It's probably
no,
God of War.
it's
I don't.
God of War,
God of War. Okay, let's say it's God of War,
God of
right?
War, and what's the name of that zombie game? Days Gone.
Um,
Days Gone.
Days
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah, that's sad. But Days Gone and the zombie game, right? Days Gone, right? I don't know the numbers, but let's say it hit 2 million, right? A million people bought God of War and 1.5 million hit Days Gone, something like that, right? They're gonna get Sony had to hit the 30% cut, right? And that's one of the reasons why they can't do day one because there's no PC integration with your console. That's why they use the trophies and all that stuff with Hell Divers with the PSN login to piss off a lot of PC gamers off because it's a test like, okay, if you want to come to our ecosystem, you have to have a PSN. And not a lot of people have a PSN. And that's one of the reasons why there was a whole backlash against Sony. Sony wants to put their games day one. The problem is they don't have a storefront. And I think they are making a storefront exclusive for their ecosystem. Like, okay, if Red is the PlayStation guy, right? And he wanted to migrate to PC next generation with their handheld, with their ecosystem. He could just go to the PlayStation storefront, all his trophies, all his playing hours is there. So let's say Wolverine was day one on PC, he could play that shit play anywhere. It's like Microsoft. You can't play anywhere on Xbox games with PC. I mean, with Steam. No, only on Microsoft app. Microsoft have their own dedicated storefront. That's why, and they can get away for that. So I'm looking at the number for Nichigata, right? 11,000 people playing Nichigata on PC and Steam, but a lot of people are not going to play it because it's in Game Pass. Microsoft know what they're doing. Sony wants to, but when are they going to do it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. When are they going to do it?
Well, they don't have any real incentive to jump in right now because they still have a dominant console lead, right? They're still the lead platform in consoles. Like Nintendo is non-existent when it comes to third parties, and play and Xbox is like what 1.5 times less sales than them. So they're
I
gonna
just,
hold on. They're gonna hold on
I,
to the console as long as they can. Go ahead.
doesn't mean shit. Because okay, yeah, Nintendo Switch is outselling the Xbox. Call me, you can play Battlefield on your Switch 1 and 2. Call me where you can play all these third-party games on your Switch 1 and 2.
Bro, it's gonna look. I know you're a Nintendo guy, bro, but it's gonna be a rerun of every other Nintendo generation.
Of course,
Like
of course.
they want to support it. It's just not feasible. Like look at what's going on with FromSoft. unless they make a game from the ground up only for Nintendo, I don't see how they can roll over these next gen games to that handheld.
No. Wait. I think they are making an exclusive game for Nintendo, right? That
Say it again.
multiplayer game. I think From Software are making an exclusive game for Nintendo, right?
Yeah, Dustborn or whatever it is. But what I'm saying is that's a different style of game. That's not a next gen
Oh,
game. You can play that game on a cell phone. But
oh,
what
okay.
I'm
I know
saying
what you're
is
talking about.
games like Elden Ring,
Yeah,
uh,
they have it.
that
Yeah, they
that
have
they that
Elden
they,
Ring.
that they had to delay until next
Yeah,
year.
the next year.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know what you're talking about.
And that's just an estimate. But the same thing that I'm gonna give Nintendo some kind of props, but not for the same reason I'm gonna give it to Xbox. Xbox is kind of forcing the industry to slow down with all this extra stuff, with all this graphics on graphics on graphics. You know, when you say, "Hey, we're gonna put this console out," and you need to put the work in to develop for it, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get, and then them having to develop for that console helps them make developments on other platforms. But no, like, nah, Nintendo. Look, they're between a rock and a hard place because I realized something today while I was talking to some other people. All right, Nintendo always tried to keep their hardware cheap, right? Not always, but recently, since the Wii, they've been trying to keep their hardware cheap. But even now, cheap is $450. But that's not good enough to run most of these AAA games. So at some point, they're gonna have to put the hardware out. Why? Because they need to sell more third-party content, and they can't. For one, they've done a great job. It's been a blessing and a curse that they created a first-party platform versus a third-party platform.
Okay, pause
Whereas,
here.
whereas, go
So,
ahead.
so we said third party. I understand you say Western third party, right? The Call of Duty, the Battlefield, what games are very demanding, right? They
Just
got the
every.
Japanese. No. They got the Japanese third party lot there. The Switch One has a lot
Are
of
we really?
Japanese games.
Are we really gonna act like these are the type of games I'm talking about? A
No.
Japanese
Like,
game, a Japanese game sells 100,000, and they putting thank you banners out.
yeah, I know. Like the
And look,
Persona.
it's nothing wrong with being grateful for customer support. But what I'm saying is 100,000 is an
Yeah,
achievement. Like that
yeah.
studio that never puts games on Xbox. I think it starts with an N. They make
And
trails.
then NIS America. Yeah, they
Like
never.
they never put games on. But like when they put a game out, it sells 300, 400, up to 500,000. That's good for them.
Mhm.
The games that I'm talking about, the big AAA games that are running the industry,
For
regardless of
years.
the region, your Call of Duties. I mean, they've always been able to water down Maddens and 2Ks, FIFAs, but Cyberpunk. Why do you think that's the biggest game going this third party? Because it's a game that actually looks well and it performs well. But that's a shout out to CDPR. Unless they got somebody else to do it just like they did last generation. Everybody was using Saber for Switch last generation. I think it did their own. But people don't go to
Indeed.
PlayStation for third party, man. They created a first party platform. They treated third party with the contentious attitude that they should have always done. They've done right. But the problem is now that you need third party because they are a public company, just like PlayStation, Sony, just like Microsoft. They are a public company too. And what do investors want to see? They want to see growth. And they're not going to sell 150 million consoles this generation. So if you don't
Nope.
sell 150 million consoles, how do you sell 60, 50 million units of a first party game like they did this generation? That can't happen unless they continue to develop for the Switch. You know what? It might be to a point to where people who bought the Switch 2 put their meat in their butt, screwed themselves because PlayStation is not going to be able to abandon the Switch. I mean, not PlayStation. Nintendo's not going to be able to abandon the place. The Nintendo Switch,
Hmm.
the original Nintendo Switch,
Hmm.
because not enough people are gonna buy it. Man, that
Yeah.
thing went crazy. That
Okay,
thing
I don't
went
care about
crazy.
Nintendo.
$300 and 199. That was
Yeah,
nothing.
because about readers, I don't care about Nintendo. They didn't own they ain't do
Man,
shit.
yes you do.
But
You're a
but I don't
Nintendo
care
dude.
about. I know, but I don't care about.
What you
I
mean
don't
for
care.
the sake of this conversation?
Games.
yeah. For the
What,
fabrication,
wait,
yeah, I don't care about
what,
Nintendo.
what, what the
Also,
reason why we got on Nintendo is because I see that PlayStation is going to try to do what Microsoft does, like they always try. They always follow when they can, and they follow at
yeah.
their
That's
own
what I'm trying
pace.
to. Yeah. So read it. Somebody
But
ask a question,
I don't
right?
see
I'm
Nintendo
gonna ask,
being able to. But then they got to
no,
do
they can't.
something. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask a question, right? So
Sorry.
Helldivers is on Xbox, right? Helldivers,
hmm
right? And a lot of people never thought that game would be on Xbox, right? So, do you think more coming?
What'd you say?
Do you think more games are coming?
I
Any
know more games
other
are coming.
place?
They
You think
have
so?
to come.
Yeah.
They have to come. Like, listen, if the $1 trillion company, if a $4 trillion company needs more money, what do you think $100 billion company needs?
Be more money.
It's the same thing as the whole reason why I'm saying Nintendo is going to follow like everybody else. They are all, unless they go back in and buy all their shares back, unless they go back in and go private or get some private equity firm to do what EA just got finished doing and take the company
Oh,
back.
yes. Yeah.
They are beholden to the same rules as every other company, which means growth needs to happen. And if they can't sell as many see, listen, everybody jumped on
They're losing
Nintendo when it was
money on their first party
$14.
too because they're not selling as much as they used to either. So,
Well listen, they're gonna start making Switch One ports. But all I'm saying is, if they don't sell 150 million of these Switch twos, then they can never leave the Switch One behind. You see what I'm saying? But that's not growth. Why is Xbox? What is Xbox doing? Like, they're gonna go to PlayStation, they're gonna go to Nintendo, they're gonna go to Steam. That's gonna grow them. How is PlayStation gonna grow? Fortnite's basically punked both them and Xbox. EA, 2K, they're doing the same thing on Xbox and PlayStation. So where are you going to sell? Because out of 170 million people, you can only sell 15 million units of a $300 million game, or 250, however much God of War Ragnarok cost, or 200 million, 160 that Horizon costed, and they had to bundle that, and they sold that. So when they bundled it, it became $50 instead of $70. So all this stuff that people are not paying attention to, but all they're gonna say is, "Oh, it sold 13 million units, so a lot of people liked it." No, they bundled that for a year. Same thing with God of War. They bundled it for a year. So where are they gonna get this additional interest from? It's got to be on other platforms. You can't. The only you can't. What are you gonna do? Sell it for $10? Because at that point, people are just buying it because it's a good deal. Steam people know all about that, buying hundreds of games every year that they'll never play. Well, PlayStation can't do that. Not with the money that they're spending on these games. That's why they reduced all the way down to one game per year. And PlayStation fans still say Xbox has no games. They are a prime slave platform for every third party that's out there.
Yeah,
EA,
hey.
2K, everyone out there that's eating off a PlayStation. Microsoft's looking at it like, why not us? They put so much work on selling something with minimal margins. Let's go over there and hit the high margins because they darn sure can't. Go ahead, Gabe.
Yeah. So, look, listen. That's why I don't go to shit. Cause you cooking, man. Like everything you say is right. Like
Nah,
I've
man, I
been
need you,
saying
man. I
this.
got to feed off of you, man.
Listen. I've
You
been
in
saying that
resident.
since for years. I've been
I
saying
Uh,
this
can't.
for
I can't
years,
feed off
man.
Spartan, man. Spartan start talking all dirty. I got my kids with me. I can't be talking all bad like that.
Yeah, listen. I've been saying this for years, right? PlayStation follows Microsoft and Nintendo. They don't innovate. They never do, right? See, we go back into 2016, right? I was in the console as legal. Oh, well, Microsoft do that PC route that putting Conor Bray on PC, crap gamer coming out talking about I'm gonna cancel my pre-order, and then everybody keeps saying, what is the point owning an Xbox of all the games on PC. That's facts. Then guess what, realist? Well, Sony does it is a whole different attitude. I'm gonna tell you why. I listened to this dude YouTube. You know this dude name, the Nintendo YouTube guy. All right, so last name 85, and he talked about and
Oh,
he quotes
RDT.
Sarah. Yeah, RGT, right? Yeah. So he
I've
quotes
never watched
Sarah Bond.
his
I
content, but I
never
see him
was,
on Twitter.
never was. I see him on my timeline. I'm on YouTube. I never watched that dude. I don't even know who that dude is. But I saw one of his videos about you know how old it is. He's a grifter, right? Anything bad happens to Xbox, he just make a video about Xbox, right? To get views and likes, right? So he quotes Sarah Bond, talk about, exclusives in the past. She's right. Then he talking about, okay, what about Nintendo? Nintendo's all about exclusive. That's what the Switch does. That's not the reason why the Nintendo Switch is selling. Because we can go back to the Wii U days. Why didn't people want the Wii U? Then he said, okay, what about PlayStation? No, he did realize before I go, he went to the PlayStation top 10 games of all time. This man named Call of Duty and Red Dead. He said, okay, these games are always going to sell. He only named two PlayStation exclusive that we know that she's going to sell. It's
What was
Spider
that?
Man.
Like Gran Turismo? Oh,
The Spider Man.
and they don't
No,
even
of
own
course.
that. Hey,
And
because
they don't own
another
that.
thing is that y'all don't realize when y'all bring up Spider-Man on Steam, they got to pay Steam 30%. They got to pay the mouse another 30.
Yes. I know he told me, oh,
It's to a
but
point not
Spider.
to. It's not even worth them selling Spider-Man.
No.
Go ahead, finish talking about RGT, man. I don't watch his content. Is it gone? Oh my god.
He disappear.
You left us, man. James, you good?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
he's in a role. So
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
pull over,
Yeah, I can
man.
hear you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Long story short, he said
hey,
Spider Man, right?
tell your driver to pull over, bro.
Yeah, yeah. He said Spider Man, right? But Spider Man is on PC. That's not exclusive. You proven Sarah on point. Like, what are you talking about? You're proving his point, her point. Exclusive are in the past. Nobody cares about exclusive. I'm gonna make my mic. I'm gonna come back in the next 5 minutes, not 10 minutes.
See, they've been making fun of Xbox for just being upfront about what PlayStation is being quiet about. Like this whole exclusive thing, Xbox is talking about it, but PlayStation's doing everything that Xbox does. Oh, they don't put their games on day one. They don't have any games on Xbox. Look, a lot of the games that they have, a lot of games that Xbox has, they're not really worth putting it on PlayStation at a later date. Like Sea of Thieves, I was so surprised that it hit 1 million as fast as it did. Uh, stop that. Stop it. What's the name of that game? Age of Mythology. I'm not surprised that it sold 14,000 units. They put a few games over there. Now Horizon, I mean, that was going to shine no matter where they put it. Horizon is the best racing game out there. It's keeping the racing genre alive because nobody's buying Need for Speed anymore. Assetto Corsa, I don't think anybody's really playing that outside of the few people who have simulation rigs in their houses. But I mean, Gran Turismo, I guess it does okay, but it's not touching Forza. Honestly, I think they should have put Motorsport over there too, because since PlayStation pretty much runs Europe, that's where most of the racing fans are. They should have put Motorsport over there. But we don't know what's happening with Motorsport. But PlayStation, they're gonna have to do something. Right now it's PlayStation. I mean, right now it's PC, and so
What can they do
PC.
other than continue to slow drip their single party exclusives on PC? They're they're not going to be able to compete with Microsoft, so they're going to have to try to stick to their guns. They're going to do more money hat timed exclusive deals with third party games. They're going to sell the PS6 at a budget value, like a subsidized cost. They're going to undercut Microsoft's console and going to say, hey, we've got the better value. We've got high quality exclusives. We've got potential live service content. we've got a well-known ecosystem, within the community. They're gonna sell their brand more than actually try to compete.
PlayStation
And
can never
Nintendo,
sell their ecosystem. Their ecosystem is trash.
but to the casual, they're not going to know that difference though. But Nintendo's going to continue doing the same thing. They're not really going to do anything out of the box or anything innovative in terms of what Microsoft is doing. Like I said, it's really like they're really going to be the only ones that are going to offer that accessibility, that amount of high quality and multiple different types of content through Game Pass. The subscription service is going to grow even more. The cloud's going to grow even more. Their PC storefront's going to get even better. They're going to have one SKU where you're going to be able to access the same game across all platforms with cross save. Just the availability to play anywhere and start off from any device, and their quick resume, I'm sure they're going to improve upon that even more than they did with the Series X. The hardware is going to be the most powerful out there. There will be no more digital foundry comparisons, and if there is, it's just going to be about the differences, but yeah, be for fun, like because there won't be a close, won't be a
But
match at all.
when Xbox wins those comparisons, Digital Foundry likes to say things like
They'll nitpick. They'll look for a little.
we've lost a lot. We've lost a lot of our energy for this because the differences are so small. But when it's PlayStation, they're hyping up small blades of grass.
No, I think the real big thing too is there's going to be like full path ray tracing. We're going to see more 120 FPS games, more 4K games.
You know what I'm talking about? I was watching somebody, man. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it's that little dude with the squeaky voice who does late night podcasts with the bunny hat, got the big wicks. What's his name? I don't know his name. I can't when he talked like that, but he played Marlon and he was preaching. He said, "We're gonna have triple path tracing." There's no such thing as no triple path tracing. I don't know what that dude's name is. What's it? Sigs and Cereal, that's his name.
I think another big feature we're going to see is like seamless loading, where there's going to be literally no loading screens, and everything you do is like there's going to be very little input latency or any sort of lag whatsoever. Like starting up a game is going to be almost instant. Just everything's going to be more faster and streamlined. What else? And with the new memory allocation, apparently, like the rumors are like, what was it, 48 gigs of RAM or something like that in the next Xbox or something ridiculous.
That'll cost, man. I'd be cool with 32.
I'm cool with 24.
I was telling.
It's fair. Some for the OS and the Snap.
I was telling Legal they're going to charge $1,200-$1,300 for the next console. Like, hands down.
Where did I hear that before? Where have I heard that before? Where did I hear that? I remember everybody telling me no, and I'm like, no, you boys better have at least $1,200 set aside for this next console. I remember this. Now look at you coming along because y'all didn't understand.
Realist is killing it, man. I can't even front.
She said high premium experience, like, and to me that just sounds cha-ching, cha-ching. Look, that's what it sounds like to me.
I was guilty. I said what? $7.99, $8.99. I'm guilty.
Yep,
man.
You did. Yep, y'all all came at me, and I told y'all. And I ain't saying that to say I told you so. It's because it's just, man. If y'all say that they're gonna make a PC, and Xbox is no longer subsidizing, AMD says they're not taking any more losses, bro, you're gonna pay for that. And if you're getting a handheld right now at $1,000, how much do you think a console is gonna be? The reason why I say at least 32, Spartan, is because we already got 24 in the handhelds.
Yeah.
And that's mobile. That's mobile.
24 gigabytes with AI NPU, and that's at 1,000. Imagine the next gen hardware coming. Get ready. It's gonna have 2 consoles, I believe, tied to the allies, and it's gonna be just like the S and X, and it's gonna be 500 or 1200 or 700 or 1200. They're gonna put out power. They got the games. Put out the old games elsewhere, make money, and keep reinvesting. These guys are freaking smart, man. Matt Booty's spending all of them out of
Booty.
money. Go Booty. Great job, Booty, man. It's like, hey, let's put our games there. Let's make him fund
they
our next.
literally are making everything an Xbox, like
Yeah.
including the PlayStation 6 will be an Xbox.
The crazy part is, right? The crazy part is this strategy is not a new strategy. It's a 1983 strategy. That's how old this strategy is. That's how funny this stuff is, man. It's not even new. This thing is gonna work because it worked before. Because nobody else can do it. That's why. Nobody else can do it. They done took the console sales away. Nobody cares about console sales. Look how nobody Sony don't even want to talk about it. They want to talk. They talk in the same language Microsoft is talking
now. Yep.
Now they're saying, right. Now they're coming out talking about, oh, we just want engagement numbers. Of course you do. Of course you do. Because everything you talked about was a weak narrative. Weak narrative. Now, did console sales have its place? Yeah, 35 years ago. Yes, it did. That was the thing. That stopped in 2013. That stopped. They saw the numbers then. They gave themselves 10 years. You heard Phil Spencer. That whole Xbox One was an experiment. I remember my man Old School and Blue, they talked about how that Xbox One was a beta tester. It was an industry beta tester. They were beta testing on that console. They ain't take that console serious like that. They were prepping themselves for the future. So like I said, we don't hold Xbox to PlayStation standards. Forget that, right? Because Xbox is dead. So let's ask the real question. Why didn't PlayStation get itself prepared for the future? See, a donkey can't tell you that. He's clueless. He's just going to look at you like a deer gazing into high beams. He's just going to look at you. See, you've had what? 12 years from 2013 to now. PlayStation had 12 years to get a couple of these damn games going, these service games running. Because let's don't sit up here and act like that's not where Sony wants to go. Sony said it. Don't make me look it up. Don't make me look it up and read it out to you. Everybody knows that Sony's PlayStation is going with live service games. That's the new direction. Anybody want to bet that it's not?
Why would anybody bet that when they just canceled like 80% of those jokers? They just put out a game. They just put out a game for 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? Hey, but shout out to them for giving everybody their money back. Because I always thought that Google was pretty classy for the way they handled Stadia. They gave me all my money back, like all of it, for every purchase I ever made on there, except for my monthly subscription. Put credit. Go.
No, I was gonna say if this single player experience games were really that strong, right? Which we've been laughing about that for I don't know how many years. We knew that was a joke when it was saying, because we already knew that single player games do not have legs. We knew that. Once you're done, you're done. We called them the one and dones, right? We understand that. But if it was as strong as they say they were strong, then why does this say this? Sony is significantly shifting its focus to live service games, a strategy that has faced major setbacks. They ain't even good at it, including the cancel. Right, they're not even good at this, including the cancellation of many playing titles and commercial failures of others like Concord. Despite these challenges, the company is staying committed. You know why they're staying committed, Raz? You know why they're staying committed, Realist? You know why they're staying committed, Spartan? You know why they're staying committed, Chat? Because there's no other way you're going to walk through that next-gen door without a few of them, like I've been saying. You don't get that money. You don't get that money in that bag without a few live service games. Sony's not kidding nobody.
Hey,
You can't get around that
Yeah,
fact.
those consistent revenue streams is how they sustain their business.
That's
That's why
exactly
they
right.
hated losing Call of Duty.
That's why they didn't want to lose it. That's why they were scared of it. They knew that there's no consistent money coming in from no other source. And this is funny. Sony was relying on a third-party game to give it to them. Why y'all keep talking about exclusives for? There ain't one. You had a donkey in the chat pad telling me about Spider-Man and how many copies it sold. You big dummy. It didn't start selling until it went on sale to $39.99. That's not making money for Sony. That's why Helldivers beat it in its first week. It only took a week to outsell that damn thing because $70, $59, right? $69 is more than $39. Nah. You can't call nobody dumb. You speak from ignorance. Donkeys always speak from a place of ignorance because all you've been pampered and told is that a sale matters, how much something has sold. But what you don't know is the metric of sales that it has sold that much. That's why you stay ignorant, because if Sony really gave you the layout and you actually saw which sales figure of margin it was the highest for that game, it wouldn't be at the day one price. You will really be looking stupid. But all you have to do is go look it up online and you can see it. You can follow it. You know when they started selling. They tell you, they tell you, it sold 4 million. But then just a month before that, they'll tell you when it went on sale. Wasn't nobody going out buying that top dollar. That's why I got bundled. It got bundled. Same with Horizon, Forbidden West. It got bundled. Then when it went cheap and y'all started buying it, then they came, it sold 8 million. Sony's method of trying to fool real gamers is just all comedic. That's for donkey attire to put on. That's for y'all to wear the big dunce cap, for you believing in that. Of course you're going to believe in that. You have nothing else to go by. But I'm going to tell you, like I told you, when that 7.9 billion lawsuit hit their ass, you really ain't getting no games. You're really not going to have no games, and I'm going to be laughing at you. See, I'm laughing at you now because you have no games now. And it's not going to stop. That's not going to get any better for you. It's just going to stay like that. The only thing you're going to watch happen is that Sony's going to eventually just start releasing their games everywhere else and just hanging on like everybody else is going to do. The Sony is not special. They're not revolutionary. They're not going to change the landscape of gaming. They're not going to do it. The only reason the PlayStation 2 sold its ass off is because it was the most cheapest Blu-ray player on the market. Had nothing to do with video games. Absolutely nothing to do with video games. It was I've always give Sony props for that. That was their best console they ever made because it maximized the true strengths of Sony. Sony is a media company. It maximized that. The PlayStation 2 maximized all the great things about Sony. Every other console never did. That was their highest day. Your highest day was back then. You don't have nothing to brag about. Right now, that PlayStation 5 is the ugliest console, but that's the weirdest, goofy looking ass console, bro. Console dumb looking, bro. Sitting up here with all these loud ass fans. Y'all sitting up here at home with your consoles on with jet engines. Sound like you got a vacuum going on. Just weirdo stuff. Trying to come out here and flex. Trying to flex. You think Grand Theft Auto 6, right, is going to save your console? How? Look, this is how funny they are. If you are mad, right? And we knew y'all were fronting about $70, right? Because y'all still ain't proved that. Your game's flopping, games don't sell, barely sell 1 million, whatever, right? Y'all try to come up with excuses for that. But that's at 70. Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna cost more than $70. and y'all want us to believe that y'all gonna go out here and just spend up y'all's dollars. Y'all don't buy games. You don't buy games. You don't buy games. And guess what? Newsflash, breaking news. Why is GTA 6 going to be one of the most epic, top-notch games, most highest selling game of all time? Why is Grand Theft Auto 5? Because it's not in a kennel. That's why. It ain't stuck on no one damn platform. Grand Theft Auto is bigger than PlayStation. It's not like a game trying to be bigger than PlayStation is a hard thing to do. I don't know why donkeys think that's a feat. That ain't no feat because you don't play games. Anywhere that plays games is bigger than PlayStation platform. Game Pass alone makes more money than PlayStation Plus. Go look it up. And PlayStation Plus been out 6 years more, 7 years more. PlayStation Plus came out in 2010. Game Pass came out in 2017. Game Pass makes more money than PlayStation Plus. Look it up. You can't make this stuff up. You think the gaming media is gonna tell them that? Hell no. Hell no, it's not. You think? Hell no. That's why they think they on this high horse. Everything about PlayStation is just on a high horse with them. That's why when all this truth come out, it's gonna be y'all looking the dumbest out here. You can call me dumb, you can call me stupid, you can call me the weirdo all day long. I'm gonna catch a W. See, with me, I'm just gonna catch the W. It's just easy. That's an easy prediction. I'm not worrying about nothing. Your hatred for Xbox ain't gonna stop me. I went out here and bought me a ROG Xbox Ally X. Realist bought him one. Your hatred for Xbox didn't stop people from the damn thing sold out. That told you that nobody's listening to y'all. The media came out. It's just I found out it's not a Xbox handheld. Everybody knew it wasn't, dummy. They said they put the native first party handheld on hold and made the cloud handheld with ASUS partnership. Everybody knew that. What was the surprise that it wasn't? It's a PC handheld. Damn, my Xbox, your PlayStation is a PC. Donkeys just put the dunce cap on and just go with it. They just run with it. They eat them line-ass carrots and they get the mad cow disease. They get the mad cow disease and they don't even know. They just be saying shit. They get happy with their ignorance and they can't wait to make a podcast. One dummy talks to the next dummy because their minds think the same. And nobody learns on that podcast. Everybody, when the podcast go out, everybody walks out dumb. More dumb. They walk out more dumb than they did before they got to the podcast. That's the donkey community. That's it. And then they chant. You know, it's like a cult over there. So they chant these Xbox dead, Xbox dead, Xbox dead. And they just follow each other. And they see one person post something, they post it. They don't do no research. They don't do nothing. They just post it. The easiest gaming community to destroy when it comes about gaming talk. And that's all they want to do. Notice, all they want to do is have debates. Man, we ain't got time to be debating with you dummies. You gonna see. We told you, we done talking. That's how it works over here on Di-RRec Game. We give you 3 chances, that's it. You just gonna sit there and watch. And look, I told you all your narratives were gonna fail. I ain't have to sit up here and keep debating with you. It was too easy. I'm gonna debate with you. I don't care. I told you I threw the white flag. You own the console sale. You look, they so delusional, they're good at second place. They think second place is the gold ribbon. Okay. You second place, just to know that. You second place. You #1 popularity revenue. That's it. When it comes to profit gain, you're last. So you hate to hear that news. That's why you don't talk about profits. You only talk where you think you feel good at. Okay? So what? You got a whole bunch of stuff out here. What you bringing in and what you got in your pocket is last. You're dead last. So that really makes PlayStation 3rd place. But you ain't got no gaming media to tell you that. So you gonna keep thinking that PlayStation just on top of the world. Oh, yeah, it's the #1. It's the #1 brand when it comes to gaming revenue. Yes, it is. And it's only 4 billion more than Xbox.
It's unfortunate that it ended the way that it did. And yes, I think that there probably will be a lot more interest in the rematch after they saw.
The hell is that?
Was the
This a real gun lose?
The hell's going on? What is they really?
Hey, who won? That sound like Dolomite.
Was that the heck? Was it?
No, it was my bad. I went on YouTube.
That sound like Spartan is watching Dolomite.
No, I throw out some of that YouTube Halo campaign involved footage while I'm listening, to you guys.
That's what I said. I thought that sounded like the Halo tournament.
I heard something about a rematch, and it sounded like Dolomite. And I know that Scottish, whatever he is,
that was
Aspinall. I know
That was
Aspinall
UFC.
is supposed to fight Gon tonight, so it said we'll be interested in a rematch. So I want to know who won.
It was a no contest tonight.
Who? That one?
Aspinall and Sigil.
Cyril Gon.
Yeah.
What happened?
Eye poke. Tom Aspinall gave up, man.
Was he getting his ass kicked?
He got his whipped. He got eye poked, dual eye poked, and then at the end he got bloody.
Yeah, but was he getting that work? Because see, I like Tom Aspinall, but a lot of people disrespect Cyril Gon because he lost to two of the best. He's not a good wrestler, but he lost on a choke out to the quote unquote GOAT, and then he got out muscled by a muscle hamster. Well, I can't call him a hamster because the dude's 6'4". You know what I mean? And they've been disrespecting Cyril Gon. I thought Cyril Gon was gonna put that work in because he's really good with his feet and his hands.
He put in the work. Yet it was no contest because Cyril poked him in the eyes and Tom gave up at the end. Even Dana said it. He gave up. He could have gone more. But my bad. I was hopping onto the Combat Evolved Twitch right after that.
So you weren't listening to Dola White?
No. That was Dana White.
Dola White.
No,
they call him a pimp. You don't know Dolomite to understand Dola White.
No, I was not.
You from Canada, that's why. Okay, hey, I'm gonna put you up. Dolomite is a blaxploitation character. He was a pimp, and he was getting real buns in those movies too. And they say Dana White is a pimp, so they call him Dola White.
Ah, okay.
You've been schooled about Black history.
Thank you so much.
And look, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the way Dana White conducts his business because a lot of people, everybody think they deserve more money than what they get. You do, everybody does. But shoot, the money wasn't there. And the only person and the people who did generate that kind of money got that money. And the only one that I really saw that really just get big money is who the fuck is this guy? Okay, that's enough for the fighting corner, because I'm in the combat sports for sure.
It was a good night. It was.
I ain't gonna pay for it though.
No, man, you can watch it for free. They already did it. It was in UEA. You can watch it for free online later.
Hey, did Red speak today?
Yeah, we was going back and forth. Game. Are you ready to go or something, bro?
Guys, fact them correct.
I just want to know. If he got
last I heard from him, he was about to tell me I was right. See, I told y'all. Because look, I told y'all. I just knew it wasn't nothing special. It wasn't like ain't clairvoyant. I just read the tea leaves.
This is going to be the generation where Microsoft takes over the gaming. I feel, in my opinion, they're going to have the total mind share. They're gonna start to kind of dominate over the other two, and they're gonna bring in more subscribers, have more monthly active users. They're gonna be breaking records. They're gonna have the most powerful hardware. They're gonna have they have everything going for them right now, and they're gonna really capitalize on this next generation. So I'm excited.
They took over everything. I just can't wait until that Activision Blizzard deal through the FTC 10-year deal finishes, and that's it. That's all they're
Can y'all hear me?
Understand is Microsoft's not just
we could hear. I could hear.
Yeah.
There's something that Rez was saying, right? And I heard what he just said. But that's why I wanted to ask if everybody was done talking for a minute, because I'm about to get back to cooking again. But the funny part is Rez just said something that's just funny, because I don't even understand if you know this, but watch this, Res. For the first time, so since everybody look now, let me put this in perspective, right? Let's just go ahead and champion this. Xbox is dead. Laugh it up. Have a good time with that word right now. That phrase, Xbox is dead. That's funny to me, right? That's funny to me. Now watch this. What I'm about to read to you is coming out of October 24th, 2025. This is this month, right? Watch this. Xbox team snaps a 4-year losing streak on key target tied to CEO's pay. Okay. Plus, Microsoft worker pay slightly increases as the company finds several ways to delete the word diversity. Okay. For the first time since 2020, Microsoft's Xbox gaming division has surpassed an Xbox performance goal that impacts the compensation of CEO Satya Nadella and other senior executives. Now, what did I tell y'all? Stop listening to this dumbass gaming media. You don't think the gaming media knows what I know right there? You don't think they don't get that information? Of course they do. Their job is to make it seem like Xbox ain't succeeding anywhere. You don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me. I got good researchers. I got a good team. We got global help. Goes around, finds these things. I don't know this article. I'm going to tell you right now, I would have never found it. But I got good homies that have these great articles like this. And most of the time, my comrades out here, we don't get good articles like this. Nah, not about Xbox. So let's keep reading, because if you're an Xbox hater, this is bad news for you. That's accordingly to the company's latest annual proxy filing. It's in there. I could touch it and we can actually go read that, but I ain't going to go do that right now. I'm going to actually put this in the chat. So just in case people don't believe it, they make me think that I'm just that smart, right? I'm just going to make up some stuff like this. That's according to the company's latest annual proxy filings issued for stockholders earlier this week. Stockholders. You know, those guys that put those billions of dollars into a company, millions and hundreds of thousands into a company, those guys. It breaks down the pay packages for Microsoft's corporate leaders. For the 12 months ending in June 30th, a portion of potential compensation for the dollar, Microsoft's chief financial officer, Amy Hood. Oh, remember her? She's been getting a lot of press here. Amy Hood and other top executives was tied to revenue growth in Xbox content and services. Now, watch this. Now, wasn't it just a week ago? Everything was all good just a week ago. And then we start trying to make Xbox fans cry because Amy Hood and them come up with this. We're going for this 30%. Right? We're going to raise the stakes for 30%. And everybody lost their minds like they really care. But that's the ignorant idiots. That's the ignorant idiots. That's the ones that just gonna go off the way. That's the social media minions. Whatever they do, they don't even know why they're doing it. They're just doing it, okay? The Xbox goal was one of 4 core metrics impacting tens of millions of dollars worth of stock, potentially awarded to the CEO and other Microsoft leaders. Nadella alone has $50 million worth of stock in play this year tied to those goals. $50 million. Achieving the Xbox target would help Nadella and the co-earn a full payout. Missing it would shrink their take. Exceeding it would grant them more. The Xbox target for this year called for more than 14% annual growth in Xbox content service revenue. So if you understood that, Microsoft is actually above that 12%. They're actually going up. To hit this 17% to this 22% is going to be nothing for Microsoft. I'm going to let you know that right now. It's going to be nothing for Microsoft to hit it. The actual growth, after accounting for foreign current fluctuations, was just under 15%. So, panel, chat pack. The hating ass article that knew this but needed to put out the bad news because they see the storm coming wanted you to think that Xbox was just struggling. Oh no, they're down at 12%. Why would they say 30? That's a crazy number, right? But this just happened within some months' time, and they're already over 15%. Their target hit, it says. That Xbox revenue achievement doesn't necessarily speak to the overall health of the Xbox division, since it doesn't factor in the profitability of other business goals, but nevertheless, it ends a losing streak for Xbox. So what that's basically saying is anything negative that you've been listening to has been bogus. Look how dumb you look. Congratulations, you played yourself. Since 2021, gaming has been the sole division in Microsoft that had a specific goal tied to part of the COA's pay, kept missing it for 4 years. They kept missing this thing for 4 years. So the last 4 years, they've been missing that target. Something changed. If they hit the target, that tells me that something has changed. That tells me that whatever strategy they got going on right now is working. In that time, the company's LinkedIn, as Azure Surface, and Teams, among others, have hit targets as well. So realists, that's telling me that everything is on the up right now. And this handheld will come out. It's on the up. They got a 25th anniversary coming out next year. It's gonna be in the up. A new console with PC features, all full PC integrated on the up. I don't see Microsoft slowing down with Xbox. But watch this. Some more consistency than others, of course. Xbox, however, kept whiffing. They missed Game Pass subscriber growth targets tied to the CEO and top executive compensation in 2021 and 2022. Remember all of that doom and gloom? When they missed that little target, it was doom and gloom. Remember that? The latest performance figures, which I'll break down below, come from a pair of new annual filings from Microsoft this week that offers windows into Nadella Soren compensation, a much smaller bump for Microsoft workers. So we got some good news. Oh, damn. Don't tell me there's actually good news with the workers. Oh, man, all we ever hear is these layoffs and how bummed out the workers from Microsoft are. But, we just found out they got a bump in their pay scale. A significant erasure of references of the company's effort around the workforce diversity. And a little something I just noticed, but that Microsoft actually tweaked a few months ago around Xbox publicly reported revenue and game discs. This is bad news for a hater of Xbox. It's extremely bad news. Who in the hell is that with the noise?
Not Spartan.
Mute yourself.
Raz
Is that Rez?
or Realist, is that you?
There you go. Yeah, that's bad news. That's good news for Xbox fans. I just want to put some good news out here for y'all before we get out of here.
Daddy said to stay.
That's man, I'm about to mute these dudes, man. These dudes are losing their minds out here. Red's out here live and directing on the show. Everybody losing their minds, man. Real is out here.
Ooh.
Look. They all losing their minds out here, man. But these are my dudes, man. It's life don't stop. Life don't stop out here on Di-RRec Gaming, man. And like I said, look, we appreciate all of y'all. It's a lot of hatred out here for Xbox, but you got to understand something as an Xbox fan. You got to understand why you're an Xbox fan. You got to understand that if you want Xbox news to be good for you, you got to go to good Xbox sources. It's just what it is. Our community is inclusive, it's strong. But guess what? We're going to start having a better engagement with other gamers because they are already, not now, they're not just buying it, they already have accepted a lot of Xbox games and they're coming into our ecosystem. They want to be a part of it. And the beautiful thing about it is they don't have to have an Xbox to do it. That's dinosaur talk. We're not talking about 2 tiers down. That's PlayStation, Nintendo talk. We're not there. We're up here. We're up here in that PC world. Look at PC. PC don't care where them games come from. They hit that damn Steam storefront, they buy it. They don't care that it was a console game. They don't care. These are the same idiots that were trying to big up PC like that was the getaway ship. I'm gonna go buy a PC. No, you wasn't. You too broke. Stop lying. You don't have no PC. You too broke. You can't even afford a $70 game every month. You're broke. Stop lying. Don't even buy games. Stop lying. None of y'all did. None of y'all. The PlayStation Portal you can get on at Walmart for $150. That's where you at. You ain't gonna get no damn handheld like this. You too broke. You're not in our league. You 2 tiers down. You 2 tiers down. That's broke station, bro. That's just the truth. Ain't no console one is the truth. Don't care how much nothing sells down there. The dollar store sells millions in items. You don't go to Best Buy looking for the dollar store. Who cares? Who cares what sells out of PlayStation? Who cares? It's not premium. It's not a premium experience. The PlayStation has never been a premium experience. Your PlayStation network was always dog shit. From the beginning, it was trash. PSN was trash from the beginning. There's never been a premium experience on PlayStation. Period. Your VR is trash. Your Portal is weak. Who you kidding? It is what it is. It's not a console war. It is what it is. You can make believe all you want to, but the facts are the facts. Hey, yo, realist, you there?
Sir.
Get us out of here, man. I don't even want to do the outro. Get us out of here, man.
Dang, man, why you got all vexed, bro? It's just video games, man. God, oh, my bad. Did y'all hear all that noise? I had to walk the boy into the barber shop. My
It's all
bad,
good,
man.
man. Give him a fresh fade. Do your thing, man. Get us out of here, realist.
Well,
Hey,
I'm
I
gonna
just want to
try.
say that before you do. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming in here, man. Thank y'all for putting in y'all's input, man. Thanks for putting up with me. Let me go long winded, man. I had to cook today. I just want to salute the panel, man. Great stuff. I want to salute the Mighty Chat Pat. Great stuff, man. As always. Just know this, man. Just know this. Ain't no stopping Xbox, man. It's the whole thing is fixing to change. Just buckle up, like I said. Fifth year it was over. It's revealed itself. Enjoy your games. Wait for the 25th anniversary. And then after that, man, everything's gonna come to a halt. Everybody's gonna come to Xbox, and it's gonna be a beautiful day. I'm out of here, man.
Hey, because I said this quite a while ago. It's about to get to a point to where it's just time to play video games. You know, like back when we were young. I mean, I know most of us gray beards in the underground. So like back when we were kids, we didn't care about how many consoles Nintendo sold. We didn't care about how many consoles Sega sold. Or hell, even NEC if you had one, or SEC, SNK if you had one. Like we just played the games. It was all about how good the console was, how much power you had, how if you had blast processing. You know, that's what we cared about. We didn't sit around talking about turn it off. How much they sold. Nowadays, man, it's like guys want to be involved in tier two analytics when it comes to this gaming stuff, man. But 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 we getting to the point to where it's time to start playing video games. Too many video games for us to be talking this much. It's like I was talking to Legal this morning. He woke me up talking about god doggone video games. See if I was too cool for school, I'd be like, man, this calling me old nerd ass man, you know. But shoot, man, I jump right in with him. I'm pretty sure it's like, man, I thought you said you were asleep. Nah, man, you woke me up. I'm in there now. But bro, Ninja Gaiden just came out. I had to drop it. Keeper came out. All I could do is just make sure it ran on the ally. And then I'm listening to 100. I look at my friends list. I see 3 people playing Outer Worlds yesterday. I bought that thing last night. We were supposed to do a podcast last night. I said, that shoot, I'm gonna play this Outer Worlds. I love the Outer Worlds. One ran through it in the whole weekend. I played it. Couldn't put it down. So I've been on Outer Worlds since early this morning. Went to sleep playing it, woke up playing it. It's too many games out here for us to be caring about who sold what. As long as Microsoft keeps making these games, as long as Microsoft has the number one platform on PC, you'll always have a place to play your Xbox games. They're assuring you that. So, man, I don't know how much each and every one of us invests in wasting time talking to goofy ponies on the internet who don't have any games to play outside of what Xbox gives us. Xbox is making a liar out of ponies, making a liar out of all of the PlayStation brass who
Speak
tried who,
on it.
who tried to make it seem well they have been making it seem the brainwashing is complete. Apple was successful in doing the same thing. Hey, look, I know you got Apple. I got an Apple too. My kids got Apple, but I like my Galaxy better. But shut up. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what she said, but she's talking about Apple's better. But the brainwashing is complete for PlayStation. They will say PlayStation is good no matter how bad it is. Like they PlayStation comes out and tells them they get one game per year, and they're like PlayStation better. PlayStation sold more. They don't talk about what people are really playing on these consoles.
Stop trying to make me laugh, really.
Not serious. No, I'm being serious. Cause honestly, bro, like I just started getting on Twitter, and I did it because you told me to check out what you had to say, man. And I wasted about 45 minutes, man, going back and forth with some people who really don't understand the benefit. Well, you know what? Some of them I know they don't want to understand, but I wanted to put it out there for the people who do want to understand, for the people acting like they don't understand. Why would you get an Xbox? To keep playing your Xbox games. Look, for all of their faults, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox is the only one that's telling you they're going for forwards and backwards compatibility. That they're working on emulators. You go to the Japanese company, they're still trying to sell you the same game 10 times over. How many people complained about the quote unquote remakes and remasters from the Switch that came from old generations only to buy it again? $60 to $40. Those games are free upgrades on PC. You get better hardware, you just get to play it. Don't y'all want that, man? Y'all really want to keep playing? Pay the developers. You want to pay these guys for making minor upgrades because you got new hardware? Your new hardware should just
The,
run the game. Your new
the
hardware
only
should just
reason
run
they're
the game
saying
better
that, Realist, is
because they
because
don't have a
they're
choice.
there you go.
Yeah, but see, then you look at the look. I like both. I've had a PC since I could afford one since I was in my 20s. I love the way that I can just start playing on a console. I wish I could do that on a PC. And if Xbox is guaranteeing me that they're gonna do that, I'll never buy another console or another PC outside of an Xbox going forward. That's why, man, you look into Xbox, you stay on Xbox. Because why? You gonna go over there on PlayStation just to play this, just to play this.
Yo, did something happen to Realist?
Think you're busy with the barber?
Oh, okay, he must have blacked out.
No. What happened?
Great.
My phone. Hey, my phone turned off. So it went
That's
away. But
that
anyway,
Galaxy for you. Look.
no,
Yeah, I had to
no,
get the touch.
no. Look, I got a portfolio that automatically turns it off. See, one day Apple will get there. We'd have little folders. You know what I'm saying, with a little window, and then you can answer your phone without even opening the folder and stuff. But it does automatically put my phone to sleep when I close it. But anyway, all I was saying is, man, for people on Xbox, man, you should still understand the value of the Game Pass. I know everybody that's probably listening here understands the value. It might not be in some of our budgets. I don't know how not, but it might not be in some of our budgets. But the value is there. The proposition is there. I don't ever want to get a PlayStation. I know day and day is coming, and then plus PlayStation they don't have anything that I need to play. They got something I want to play. Go on in there, baby. It's Ghost of Tsushima. But shoot, I get that same itch scratch through Assassin's Creed. They don't have nothing like Halo on PlayStation. They don't have nothing like Gears on PlayStation. So guess what, man? Let them play those
Facts.
25. Let them play those 25-year-old games and rub it in our faces. But see, the problem is they're not even buying these games. See,
Facts.
we're buying Spider-Man, we're playing Spider-Man, we're playing God of War on our ROG LIXs and throwing in their faces. They're
Facts.
just talking about games going to PlayStation, coming from Xbox to PlayStation. You're not playing these games. So all I'm saying is game on, man. It's a long way of saying game on. Minimize the bull crap in your time. Shout out to everybody who hung
Sure.
with us for the whole ride. And I'm out.
We out of here, y'all. That's a good night to y'all. Thanks for coming out, man. Rez, you got anything to say? Spartan, you got anything to say, man?
Game on. Get ready for Halo, man. If they have crossplay, we're gonna cook this.
Ready for Halo and the next generation. It's going to be amazing.
Get on
Hey,
your,
y'all. We'll
just
see
right
y'all on
now,
the flip
get on
side.
your Xboxes and have fun.
That's right.
Peace.
Peace.